So we have here number 11 from the review. The goal is to write the equation of this cosine wave. Now, I would recommend that you go through and fill in the 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. The fifth point would be in line with this one, like right there. While you're at it, draw your dotted lines. This is the bottom line, this is the middle line, and this is your high line. Top, middle, and bottom. The middle line is always the k value. So what is the y coordinate of this line? It'd be -1. Goes in for k. Now let's find the value of a. From the middle, how much do you have to go either up or down? Well, you're going from -1 all the way up to +2. That is an increase of 3. So 3 would go in for a. But my question is it positive or is it negative? For that, you look at the orientation of the cosine wave. Recall a fact. Recall that positive cosine looks like this, and negative cosine looks like that. Ours has a negative orientation based on how it looks. So this 3 is in fact negative. So let's update our equation. Now we need h and b. H is the x coordinate of this point. But that point, there's nothing there, it's empty. This is also empty and this is empty. We only have information for these points here. Now let's turn these guys here into degrees with your Casio calculators. So I have 468. That is the x coordinate of that point. I have 828. So to go from this point to this point, how many jumps are necessary? Sometimes you have to jump 2 times, sometimes you have to jump 3 times and 4. It just depends. Depends on where you're going. From here to here, it's just one jump. So you've gone from 468 to 828. So subtract those numbers. 828 minus 4, that would be 360, okay? So 360 is the value of a jump. So let me go backwards 360. So let me take away 360 from this. If I do so, I think we would get, what would that be, 108 degrees. And then from here, let's add 360 each time. 828 plus 360 is 1188. And add 360 one more time. 1548. We have all that we need to finish off this exercise. So h would be the x coordinate of the start point, which is 108. But let's turn that into radians. So for 108, if you turn it into radians, it would say 3 pi over 5. Because that is the same as 3 pi over 5. It's not negative, it's positive, so there's no double negative, as sometimes happens. All that's left for us to find is the value of b. Recall that period equals 360 over b. Where period is, you can call it the end point minus the start point. The end x minus the start x. So the end x is 1548. Take away. The start x value is 108. So 1548 minus 108 says 1440. So the period is 1440. That's the period. Now you drop that in right there. Solve for b, and I believe b has a value of 1/4. So place that in here, and our finished result would be the following. So a helpful strategy is to always fill in your 5 points. Draw your 3 lines. K is always the middle line, whether it's positive, negative, sine, or cosine. A is how much you go up or down from the middle. Is it positive or negative? That depends on the orientation. This is positive cosine, this is negative cosine. That's positive sine, and this is negative sine. H is the x-coordinate of the start point, and b can be found by using this formula for both sine and cosine.